Welcome to the Customer Service University. This 12-part series equips CX professionals with the insights to excel in the industry. Join us as we unlock the secrets to becoming a leader in customer experience with guidance from top experts. Your journey to the top begins now. All right, welcome back to Lesson 7, Listening to Your Customers. I am so excited. It's one of our first panel discussions, but we do need a lot of experts here to share this lesson with us. Today we have Shawndra Tobias, Melissa Wood, and Jim Iyoob from eTech Global Services to discuss many different ways that listening to our customers is important. And first of all, we're going to talk about the role of customer feedback. And so just to break the ice here, I'm going to ask each of you to just really talk about what is the role of customer feedback. So could each of you discuss how customer feedback plays a role in your specific area of expertise and how it shapes the strategies that you implement? And Shawndra, why don't you go first?
Absolutely. Dennis, look, customer feedback is so crucial for refining operational process. Your customers will tell you what's wrong, okay? They'll tell you all of your inefficiencies. They'll help you enhance service delivery, and they'll give you all the info you need to directly impact your operational excellence. Just listen.
Okay, all right. What about you, Melissa? You're in a little bit different part of the business. What about you?
I love the topic of listening to your customers. In leadership development, we call this being in the heartbeat of your customers and your leaders. And then we take the feedback. This feedback informs our training programs. We gauge our initiatives, our effectiveness, and we tailor our coaching methods that directly address the needs and the challenges faced by our customer service teams.
Awesome. I love these different perspectives. Jim, as a CXO, what about you?
Yeah, so I look for feedback that helps you guide the technology strategy when you're leveraging customer experience. It not only helps you understand the tools and solutions that will effectively meet your customer needs, it also tells you areas that actually require further innovation to actually enhance that customer experience.
All right. Well, on the topic of technology, with your background in integrating technology and customer service, can you describe some of the new technologies that have been developed based on customer feedback?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've leveraged so much customer feedback to help develop our AI-driven tools that really anticipate your customers' questions. And really what we're liking to see now is when you offer predictive solutions. It improves your response times, efficiencies, and at the end of the day, that whole fully loaded customer experience.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Speaking of delivering, let's talk about delivering customer experience and operational excellence. And Shawndra, you have such a great background in delivering operations and operational strategies. What changes have you implemented as a result of these sorts of technologies?
Yeah, that's a great question. So feedback has led us to enhance some of our CRM systems. And what those enhancements have looked like are really a more comprehensive and accessible approach to customer information and customer data. This reduces our agent effort greatly. And it enables our agents to really focus more on that personalized and efficient service of that customer.
So what we're really talking about is we need to hear our customers. They give us feedback. We are able to use technologies in ways never before possible that give us greater visibility, I guess, audibility across a larger group of agents in a greater capacity than ever before because of the technologies. And we're able to leverage those technologies, these new opportunities to drive different kinds of performance. But even though we have technologies and we have these capabilities, if we can't translate that into leadership and customer insights, it's really hard to put the human part of the equation to work. So Melissa, from a leadership and development perspective, how do you use customer feedback to support and enhance your training and coaching programs?
I love that question. And, I said earlier that we say customer feedback. eTech is very unique. We call this feedback the heartbeat of our customer, right? So we take action on the heartbeat of our customer. It directly shapes our focus in the areas of training, particularly in developing those skills that enhance the customer interactions, ensuring our service teams are well equipped to handle all the diverse customer needs. So this heartbeat, it aligns us with exactly the heartbeat of our clients and our customers and our team members.
It's so nice to hear you call it the heartbeat. It just has an emotional piece to it. And I do think that that's something that's so important in leadership and development and coaching is the care that goes into it. And all of this put together, I think, is meant to help call centers be agile in adapting to the current state of their business and driving innovation, and particularly customer-driven innovation. Can one of you provide an example where customer insights have led directly to improvements or innovation in service delivery or product development?
Yeah, so an example of that would be a mobile app update that is based on what customers think are lacking, such as a more intuitive interface and enhanced accessibility options, significantly improving user satisfaction and engagement. And again, focused all around that feedback and really listening.
Well, that's a pretty good example, but there's got to be some challenges. It's not all easy to do these days, even with all the tools. What kind of challenges should our audience be prepared for when trying to implement these sorts of solutions? And how do you overcome some of the first and basic challenges?
Ensuring that really the diversity, is embraced first and foremost. It's a representation of all the feedback, And it can be challenging to gather that and really make sure that you have that broad scope. We address this at eTech by employing a multi-channel approach to gathering various insights. We don't just listen with one ear, we listen with both ears, right? And we ensure that no customer segment is ever overlooked. Those customers that call a few times a month up to those customers who maybe call every other day. We want to make sure we are assessing everything.
Shawndra, because I've had the privilege of talking to you many times before on deep dive subjects, I want to take this question one step further with you.
Okay.
When listening to customers, you can use technology and you can train the teams to listen. And I love that you expand across a diverse set of information or signals. What are the leadership and the client, getting the client to listen to the customers as well? Certainly, there is a broader perspective that the industry should know about that would lead everyone to success.
There's a tremendous value statement. If we just put it in terms of dollars and cents, there's a tremendous value statement. And we have to, I think, understand customers are becoming more discerning every day. Customers have more variety of choices every single day. And realizing that every single transaction has such a valuable content of data, and just that data itself has its own value. Helping industry see that is really what kind of turns the tide, and it helps folks understand that if we're not using data today to make decisions that support customer experience, we need to start immediately. Just a tremendous value statement around it.
Thank you, because you really answered my question, which is listening to your customers is something that, to Melissa's point, we are sort of talking about doing with our hearts, and we use the technology to do it with our minds. But the client, to hear the customer and hear the ROI, needs to follow along with us on this same sort of journey. So thank you for putting that in perspective. I want to talk a little bit more about just as we round out this lesson, are there future trends in customer-based feedback? Jim, I'm going to toss this to you before I circle back to you, Melissa. Jim, what are the future trends in customer feedback?
Most people like checkers. I like chess. I'm always looking 2 moves ahead. So if you think about it, the trend is more of an immersive, personalized customer interaction. And when I say personalized, it has to be clear. Those interactions have to be clear and personalized. And what customers are looking for today is an experience. And that experience cannot just be responsive anymore. You need to anticipate your customers' needs and, more importantly, their preferences. because that's really the future of where I see the CX trends going.
Okay. Let's talk about the impact of feedback on business growth. So we know that the future is coming. There's going to be a lot more new coming soon. But what is going to be the impact on all this feedback on business growth for any of you?
Like what Shawndra said, to recap what Shawndra talks about, she's one of the masters at feedback gathering. When you listen and you're responding to that feedback, that's really what has fostered loyalty. By making customers feel valued, number one, understood, number two, and then the holy grail is directly contributing to more repeat business and positive brand reputation.
Fair enough. Melissa, when we talk about all of this feedback and putting it to work within the organizations, what advice would you give a business looking to use customer feedback to drive decision-making and strategy more effectively across their teams and their organization?
The advice I would have is, when we talk about the heartbeat of our customer, the heartbeat changes. Our heartbeat changes. So you have to have people in the industry that understand that believe in that. And at eTech, we're a servant-led company, and the S stands for see the future. And I just believe that you need to have a mechanism that captures that heartbeat from not only your customers, but really what your frontline agents are saying to the leadership team. And you just close loop that in a mechanism where you can actually take action on it. It's one thing to know the heartbeat, to balance heart and mind, but it's a second thing to actually put integrative programs in place to develop those.
All right. Well, thank you all. I think what I'd like to leave our audience with is the vision for the future, because you each have this distinctive operational leadership or future-looking perspective. Let's just talk about what's going to come next. My question would be, what is your vision for the future of customer experience over the next decade, specifically in the area of integrating customer feedback into the call center? And let's start with you, Shawndra. What is your vision for the future?
My vision for the future is where we see real-time feedback, AI-driven analytics, blended seamlessly to create a very dynamic operational strategies that are agile. They're able to adapt to customer needs and preferences and also business needs very quickly.
Melissa, what do you think the future looks like?
I love this question because we see the future, and I get to work with such talented individuals like Jim and Shawndra that are so innovative and scary creative sometimes. But my vision involves, when it comes to the leadership, my vision really involves the integrative approach where there are feedback mechanisms. They're embedded in every training program we offer, from training our frontline agents to our leadership training to even executive coaching that we provide Shawndra and Jim. I just think those need to be embedded into every training program. That way we can continually shape the development of our customer service skills that meet evolving customers' expectations. Shawndra mentioned that before. They evolve. The heartbeat changes. And you can't just listen to the heartbeat once and make decisions. You've got to continuously listen to the heartbeat.
Thank you. And Jim, what's in the future for us?
I'm seeing it actually deployed some places now, but I will tell you, I see the future dominated by these smart technologies. Not only do they gather that feedback and predict what my needs are, and really when you think about it, before I say what I want, and then using this to offer this personalized and proactive service solution, which is really the game changer. And Dennis, I know you and I are going to be traveling soon in a couple of weeks. I'm going to show you some of the companies that are using this technology today.
All right. Well, Shawndra, Jim, Melissa, thank you so much for being here to help us help the audience learn about listening to your customers. And audience, thank you for being here. Next episode, episode 8, we'll be talking about improvements in behavior scores. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us for this Customer Service University lesson. Discover how QEval can enhance your operations with real-time analytics, predictive insights, and comprehensive quality management. Visit QEvalPro.com/learn to connect with our experts and exclusive support.